Hi guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be going over a bit of an analysis of a GvG I did today. It was a good fight actually, it was quite a close fight. We made some good calls, we made some bad calls. We actually nearly lost sort of a couple of fights through some really bad mistakes, so I'm hoping to talk through that today. Just to talk you through the team comp here, we're running Go Home You're Drunk on a Carrion, we're running Deanna as the healer, one-handed holy healer, we're running Elcook as Bloodletter, Nifty as a Clarent, and me as a Curse. So let's get straight into it. I've muted the sound so I can talk over it. I do apologise for the follow notification on the side. There's not much I can do about that now because this is actually a VOD from the stream today. The first thing we just decide to do is send one person top to back cap and just steal a base basically. Gives us a bit of an advantage on points, allows us to get the 2 cap early. So if you actually see here, just in a second, he hasn't quite got there yet, but it's about 20 seconds or so, we actually get a 2 cap right at the start. On the farm map, this is something really smart to do. If you go up there and meet one other person, you can either duke it out or come back quicker. You can then tell your team that it's a 4v4, you can actually fight. Or you just get the free cap, and that's really cool. So, just to go through here, Go Drunk uses a really early Morgana Raven. I don't agree with that. I think I wish you'd have held it. I actually hold my armor pierce here and get a 4-man armor pierce there. Like, my armor pierces in this was just incredible. Just to blow my own trumpet a little bit. But yeah, he kind of burnt the Morgana Raven quick. It didn't make a massive deal, but he could have put more pressure out. We do then get Elcook, so obviously we were fighting 4v5 there. We do get Elcook coming back in now for a bit of support. They are running One-Handed Frost, Bloodletter, Curse, Carrion, and a healer. So they are running no tank. No Clarent. It's a pretty weird comp. I mean, we don't really see the One-Handed Frost coming out too much. I actually missed my armor pierce there. I whiffed it completely. But as you can see, we're pushing them back here, and we do get a kill. I do believe he actually lagged out a little bit there, but still, we'll take it. And we actually push forward. What we should have been doing, as you can see, Nifty and Go Home have the right idea. They just cap the base. You go for the points, you go for the win. You're not there for fights every time. You're there to actually win the GvG. So they go straight away for the cap, so we got the cap immediately. It gives us the advantage. And what we've decided now on this farm map, obviously you can see the 3 points on the side here, is that we're just going to hold the bottom 2. We don't care about the top one. We'll use the top one as a spare one that we can go and get if we need it. However, we're not going to push for it. We're not going to hold it. If they want to go and get it, they go and get it. We don't care. As you can see here, we've actually got 150 points still. We came into this really strong. We got the 2 caps straight away. We've obviously got a kill, which is the 4 points. And we're going to get a 20 tick. That's a really big tick because they didn't get the top cap in time. That's kind of bad play on their part. They should have been able to get that. But again, we're all just holding here. As you can see on the map down here, I believe that is Elcook actually going to try and pressure top. We actually told him not to, but he does eventually come back, mainly because it's pointless. We don't want to hold it. It's better to safely hold 2 than to risk holding 3. As you can see, he got there and he comes back safely. But the problem is, as you'll see in a second, he's going to come back here and he's going to have to run past their team to get back to us. So it puts him in a little bit of a predicament. As you can see, he's just running back into the team now, and he starts getting a bit poked, and he's about half health, which is unnecessary damage. It was a bad trade for us to take. I do get a 2-man pierce there, and I put a lot of damage on. My role in this, literally, if you actually look through this fight, they do not focus me at all. They just completely ignore me, and what I end up doing is just leathering dots onto their whole team. I'll see if I can find the kill board actually afterwards. It was really, really fun. It was just it did so much damage onto people. It's pretty crazy. But again, so something to say about this fight. As you can see at the moment, I'm kind of just hitting anyone in range. Nifty's building stacks up and just going for the biggies. He's just trying to put pressure out. He's not really focusing on the target. Go Home's just hitting anyone he can get to. Elcook's just looking for the executes on low health targets. We aren't really on one person, and that's actually something that we really failed on. We should have actually been on one person and not messed around. Like, we didn't need to put pressure on things and put pressure on their whole team. We could have picked one person and it would have guaranteed a kill. I actually do get a kill here. So what actually happened here, I want to go back and just show you guys. If you look at Bloodsmat, he's actually like 60% health right here. He comes in, I get a double tick of Aura Decay, I then stick another dot on him, one more dot there, and the armor pierce, and he goes stealth. Now, you can't be healed in stealth or targeted in stealth. So he actually sits in stealth for the full duration, and my dots tick him down with the armor piercer, which is hysterical to me. We had a good laugh about it because obviously he literally killed himself then. So as you can see, we're really dominating this fight. There's no reason. We've beat them on 2 separate occasions. been the stronger team in both. A little bit of trash talking. But yeah, we were the stronger team in both. We held a dominant position. We did not need to risk anything. I'm going to spoil it. In a minute, we actually lose a fight. So I think it's this next fight that we lose, and there's a really important thing for that. One thing just to mention, by the way. As you just saw, I just changed my passive. I changed my passive because I actually had wrong passive on. That was a big mistake from me. I actually ran out of energy in that last fight, and yeah, it wasn't very good on my part to be running out of energy, like, when I could have had that passive. I run that passive for pretty much anything without a Druid cow right now. So I burned the armor piercer. That was actually a mistake. So, watch. We know that we've won 2 fights currently, right? We know there's a good chance going into this fight, if we play our cards right, we can win this fight and hold that cap anyway. We're still here, we were all 5, we can still fight it. I actually burned the armor piercer to stop the cap. Now what does that do? That means I've burnt an armor piercer on one person, and that's it. That's all I've done. Rather than hitting the 2 or 3 or 4 man armor piercers that I've been hitting and making a big change in the fight, I'm actually hitting one person and that's it. The problem with that is then, they know they can fight, so they can actually go full on in. Like, they've got no armor piercer right now, and that's a big thing for them. They hit a 3-man Morgana Raven, they put a lot of damage out, and there we go. And a kill onto Nifty. He came in with the execute because he got low. Oh, apologies about that. Came onto Nifty because he got low. Obviously, their curse actually put a Aura of Decay on the floor. Just put some dots onto Nifty. Nifty went into stealth to try and run away and did exactly the same thing as Bloodsmart did, and died for it. So we actually misplayed that. Like, that was partially my fault, partially Nifty's fault, partially everyone's. We stacked a bit too much. We should have pulled back earlier. But here's when we made the mistake, even more so. Nifty's died, right? We've got an Aura of Decay behind us, but we have completely open path behind us. Me and Deanna are fine. I can put some pressure out to get them out. We should be running. We should just be retreating right now. Let them keep what we can keep, and doing that. What we actually do is carry on fighting. That we're still pushing up. Elcook's still in there. Go home, tried to pick up a little bit of Nifty's gear, which is fine, whatever. But again, we spent way too much time and had to spend too many resources. We had to spend a sticky pot on it to try and survive. I actually then had to use a Gigantify pot just to try and keep myself up. And Deanna, who was actually in a great position because the 2 melees stuck around a little bit too long, Deanna had to heal them up and ended up dying for it. So actually we've gone from a point that we were in the driving seat of this game. We held every card in this game. We're going to get 3 capped here. I don't think we actually do anything back to them until Deanna's back up. I tried to interrupt, but I don't think I get it. And look, on the map, we know we're about to get 2 capped at the bottom. So we're already moving 1 up top to go and cap that, because it's a safe point to go and just back cap really quickly. We were a faster reacting team. We could go and do it without any sort of issue. We head up, we cap it. So that means that they're only going to be ticking 10 on us, so it's not too bad. We can deal with it. And I believe it was Nifty that goes straight up as soon as he spawns, which kind of leaves us in a bit of a deficit for the fight. Obviously, we need him for fighting, really. We actually come back to the tent just to regen up a bit, because we're quite weak, but we have a good point lead. We were just thinking, not rushing, we're not panicking, because, well, we've got a 50-point lead right now. We don't need to worry too much about the fight. We can just play it safe, play it smart, and we can come back. So again, my goal here, again, I played wrong. I should have focused on one target more, but what I did is I just pummeled dots onto as many people as I can, put pressure. Anyone who overextended, I swapped as soon as someone went overextended. I hit 2 people without armor piercer, I think, but it was more just to get it on that one person that was overextended. He's low here just off dots and the armor piercer. And again, so I use an Aura of Decay there just to burst him a little bit, and it doesn't kill him, but still puts enough burst out. You have to sort of weigh up your cooldowns and go, okay, so is it going to be worth using a cooldown for this? Am I going to gain enough out of it? My Aura of Decay there, am I going to gain enough out of this Aura of Decay that it's worth it? And I believe I did then, because I had it back up for the next engage. It pushed them back a little bit, and that was something that we needed to do. We needed to reset the fight. Again, their melees were constantly... So they kind of ignored me, and we ignored their curse for too long. We actually made a decision here that we're going to focus the curse a little bit. It doesn't end up working out for us too well. Like, we're still having their melees just run back on us. We do get... So just to highlight that, that was such a nice play. Elcook sees Bloodsmart really, really low there. like less than 40%, goes for the execute, gets him so low, and Go Home's already got the Morgana Raven en route to him. That's really, really good. Now, again, what should we be doing here? We have the 2 cap, we have so we've got enough time to do it, but we've got the 2 cap. We shouldn't be worrying about trying to chase kills that we're not going to get. Come back. So we should just be coming back right now and capping. And again, you see me, I'm not capping either. We should be coming back right now and just capping. Playing it safe, getting the cap. And again, I come back, but it's later than it should have. It depends how you look at GvGs. I look at GvGs as I want to win the GvG. I don't care about kills, I just want to win the GvG. I should have come back a lot sooner to be doing that, for that to be beneficial. As you can see, I've looted really nothing in this fight. I don't care about loot. Like, if you're there to do GvGs, you shouldn't be caring about loot too much. Tanks, if you're playing, you're kind of the loot guys just because you're tanky enough to get in there. However, again, you hold one of the most important roles. If you can pick up loot, great. If you can't, don't worry about it. Don't lose a fight because you were looting. Is the important thing. But again, I think I make the same mistake here. I was about to armor pierce him, and I don't think I ever did, but I was going to armor pierce him. Now, what we should have done is we realised then that they had the top capped. I believe they actually... Am I going crazy? Yeah, so they go and cap the top right here. If you actually look at it, there we go, they've just capped it. We should have paid attention to that because we didn't, and we didn't react to it. We see them here, and that's just capped, means that they've only got 4. Actually, if we'd have played this right and thought about it properly, we could have engaged on them, put a lot of pressure on them, and we'd have been fine. Instead, what we actually allowed them to do, they're still 4 right now, and there's the 5th coming in right now. We actually allowed them to go and get 5 again, and that was a huge mistake on our part. We could have pressured them, potentially even got a kill, burnt cooldowns before the fight even began. Again, as you can see from me, all I'm doing in this entire fight is just dotting as many people as I can. I'm not worried about getting four dots on people. I'm getting the big armor pierces, or one-man armor pierces as the case may be, but I'm getting as many armor pierces as I can off, and I'm putting dots on as many people as I can just to put some pressure out on the team. And actually, when you look at the damage after all of this, we put out some intense damage. It's some insane amounts of damage. It's kind of insane. But again, can't really say too much here. They're burning a lot of cooldowns trying to survive. Now, looking at us right now, we've got Go Home You're Drunk, who's burnt his Stalker and is like 70% health. You've got Nifty, who's on 60. El Cook, who's on 60. I'm really safe with 2 defensives, I think. I'm fine. But should we be fighting this? And the answer is probably not against the team that can reset us with that Frost Staff. We played a little bit too aggressive and a little bit too greedy. Bloodsmart actually very much misplayed then. I got a 4-man armor pierce again. Like, we put a lot of pressure onto them, but I actually believe they do trade a kill onto us in a second. But yeah, so we're putting a lot of pressure out, and we spread damage, which is kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing. The problem is, I had to burn another cooldown then just because I was getting low. Like, El Cook's getting low from going in too far. We should have actually played to our comp a lot better and just dive straight in on a Clothy, like with the Frost or the Curse. We could have come straight in against their team and we'd have ripped them apart. Now, one thing I'll say about their team is they're making a lot of mechanical misplays. However, if they just swap that Great Frost, that one-handed Frost, sorry, for a Icicle, this would have been a dumb fight. I think they'd have won this fight legitimately because they would have had control over our melees. And as you see here, I'm talking, and within 10 seconds, so within the next 10 seconds, someone who is at 85, 90% health is going to get insta-burst because he mispositioned, and that's a huge thing. So first of all, you see Deanna's at the back mana regaining, and he doesn't actually call it. I don't actually remember him calling this. But Go Home You Drunk gets hit with a Morgana Raven, and that's something for him that he should have been going, right, I need to come back now. I'm out. And he didn't. He sort of stayed in thinking he could still trade. And look at the damage they put onto him. And obviously, as soon as you get to 40% with the Bloodletter on the team, he's going to jump across and execute you. And that was it. We got executed, and we decided this time that we were going to hightail it out of there. We were not interested. Now, we were looking at the points again here. You look at the points, 128 to 38 here, with the 2 cap to us. Obviously, they have just taken that, but we're still going to hold this cap. We're still going to fight this cap because we realised that one had to stay behind and cap. We actually realised that was their healer later on, that we were actually completely safe for this, and they were in the dangerous position. Even 4v5, we still had to know when we could take our battles. And we hold this point, which means they're only getting 10 against us. We're like nearly 100 points ahead of them. We're going to win this GvG. At this point, we were pretty confident we were going to win it. We still had sets left. We were good to go. We do actually end up dropping this cap, I think. I think someone's already capping it. I tried to interrupt, but I don't think I get it. And we should have... Looking in retrospect now, we should have just gone, right, guys, retreat. Come back to the tent, don't bother fighting. And I think we actually do in a minute. But we had no reason to fight here. Diana was on like 40% mana. I was sort of half health. El Cook was half health. We didn't have the 5th yet. We didn't have Go Home yet. And they do get a 3 cap on us. Now, we should be looking at this and going, right, we don't want to throw the game, so we just play for caps. Okay, so realistically, I would have actually wanted one person to go top and just get that cap. We could have held the top and left cap, this cap that we're at now. We could have held them two really easily, and we wouldn't have had much of an issue. All of their melees are running very, very evasive things. They're running Gigantify Potion, they're running the Assassin Boots to get away. All of them are running Inferno Shield, blocks. Very, very hard to lock down any of their melees. Again, Go Home's getting so low because he's just really far forward and they can put so much pressure on us. El Cook was getting low, dive in the back line. Like, we played way too greedy here. And again, 2 people got low then on their team, but we did nothing with it because we weren't together. So I got low then as well, going too far forward. Again, I did the same mistake. I went too far forward, tried to engage, tried to do a bit of damage. I actually realised that we still have no caps. We just lost 20 points, which was quite a big loss for us at the time. We come back, we take the caps. And we are fighting at the second cap here, so we know that we can pressure them off that and get the second cap, so we don't worry too much about points here. We know that we can probably get this game under control with a bit of sort of careful thinking. Everyone's really low with me getting back to this fight, and I actually told them to take it chill, and they kind of don't. I get a kills based off just dots there, like nothing else at all. He died 2 dots. And that was really, really nice. It was quite lucky in fairness. He probably shouldn't have died to dots, but it's fine. You take the kills where you can get them, and as soon as we start winning that fight, I come back and I'm right, okay, take this. I actually end up looting just because Go Home gets the cap. But yeah, like, we were like, yeah, okay, we're just going to take this. We get it just before the tick, which was really lucky for us. Wouldn't have made much of a difference, but we did get it. And I think we hold this now. So as you can see, actually, while I've got that board open... There we go. So Guskey, I've got 3 caps, 2 kills, 0 deaths, 0 assists. Obviously his assists are broken at the moment. Go Home's got 2 kills, 1 death. That 1 death was where he over-engaged, got insta-burst. Probably a death we could have avoided. El Cook's got 1 kill. I'd like to see more on him. He could have done more executes. I think he got a lot of executes with people getting quite low, but not quite getting killed. And then obviously other people, me and Go Home being the main 2, taking that. Then obviously you had Diana, Nifty. Nifty wasn't there for kills, he was there to put AoE pressure out and allow other people to pick up the kills, so that's cool. But yeah, so I like that. I don't... Realistically, El Cook should have been the one. He's the most mobile, he's the one that's more involved in a fight later on rather than early. He should have been doing a lot more of the back capping, whereas I got 3 caps here. Shouldn't have really had them, shouldn't need to 3 cap things. Or have 3 caps. El Cook should have probably been the one going back, but it's all retrospect now. Obviously at the time it was a little bit different, but yeah, it was still a good fight. I actually think we take it here. I don't know if there's another fight. I think this might be the last one, but we'll find out shortly. Oh no, they're still coming out. So I honestly thought that was the last fight, so I guess we'll get some live action, as I don't really remember what happens here. Again, we started to decide here that we weren't really target calling, so Nifty goes up ahead and goes, right, I'm just going to get stacks. We have Go Ahead and El Cook staying really close back. Their Karen's already used his Gigantify, and we go, right, we're bursting the Karen really hard. As soon as he comes out of that Gigantify, we need to put pressure on him. Like, we've done 70% of his health in Gigantify. That's 100% of a kill in a normal situation. And again, I decide here that I'm just going to go full on aggressive. I run forward. Nifty gets a double Mighty Swing, which actually nearly gets us a kill. Not quite, but very, very close. Allows them to basically have to back off, of which basically guarantees us the win of the match. But yeah, I kind of played a bit more aggressive here. I just decided that I was going to go in, dot everything, and there was nothing people were going to do about it. realistically, what could have the enemy team done better? They should have actually been diving me and Diana a lot more. When they put pressure on me, I basically melted. They could have done more on me, but really didn't choose to. That pretty much is the end fight there. We should have won. We do win off that. They just get pressure back into their tent, realise that they're not going to get another win in 30 seconds, so yeah, it is what it is. Realistically, they could have dove me and Diana a bit more. Like, we're running a triple melee, we're running a triple melee comp, but so are they. They're running a very heavy melee comp. They could have run into us and done a lot with themselves, and obviously having the healing reduction, if they were to put that on me, I'm going to melt. With double shred as well. They really could have insta-killed me if they'd played properly, and that's that. So that's the end of the GvG. Thank you for watching, guys. It's been quite a long video again. Reviewing it quickly, I think there was some positional errors on our team, some miscommunications. We weren't calling targets very well. On the enemy team, they weren't really target focusing either. They were kind of just splitting damage on whoever they could hit. They should have dived the clothies a lot better. They could have done so much more with that. But yes. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Just a couple of announcements. I'm going to do these in the next couple of videos, so please, I'm sorry if you get bored of them, but they're important. First of all, there's going to be a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. Please go check that out. It's going to be a big giveaway. It's going to be for gold on Albion. I'm not sure how much yet, but we're going to figure that out soon. And that will follow over from beta into the release. You have that gold on release just for being a subscriber, and that's really cool. So please, guys, get these videos spread around to your friends. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. It'd be really, really cool if we can do it before release. The second thing is the guild. The guild's not really going as well as I anticipated. I just don't think the activity's there. I've had so many people whisper me and be like, yeah, dude, I want to join your guild, but I'm just not playing at the moment because of release. And I'm like, I completely get it, but I want to see how the guild would do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Discord down below in the description. Join that if you're interested. I'm not going to make you leave your guilds. If you're interested in joining the guild at all, if you're interested in even thinking about it, or playing with me, playing with whoever, please join the Discord. Let's actually make it quite a big community, and let's play off that, okay? So I'm not stopping with the guild. I still want to do the guild on release, but right now it's more important that we just have fun, right? So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Like I said, get them subscribes out, like and comment with any future videos or anything you want to see. And other than that, guys, thank you for watching and catch you later.